Jesus, I'm falling in love.
What's up, Vessel family, and welcome to episode 3 of Talks with Ty. And today we are going to be talking about habits. Most importantly, the ones that keep us from getting what God has for us. I struggle with this a lot because I hold on to a lot of things that I know won't get me into the next season of my life. And I tell myself it's too hard, but then I realize that nothing is too hard for God. See, I think a lot of times we look forward to helping ourselves more than we look forward to God helping us, because we keep this mentality like, oh, it's too hard, oh, it's too hard, because we're leaning and depending on our own strength. But when you realize that you can't do it alone, you can't do it on your own, you will see that God is the one that can do it for you, and nothing is too hard for God. So it was never too hard in the first place. I catch myself a lot of times because I always say, I want this. I want my life to be so much better. And I wake up every day and I don't change anything in my life, but I want my life to change. When you continuously do the same things, but you want different results, you're going to be running in a cycle that never ends. See, you have to change something in order to get change. Either you have to change, your boundaries have to change, your standards have to change, your routine. You got to change something in your life in order for your life to change. And it might even be your habits, because I know for me, it's my habits. Like waking up earlier, simple things as like cooking breakfast every morning, making your bed. Those things can make a difference in your life because, see, they create consistency. And when you can be consistent in those small areas in your life, you now have consistency, and you can apply it to those other areas in your life, like with your business, with your friends, with your family, in your relationships. So something that I want to work on for me is stop saying it, stop talking about it, and just do it. I'm in my Nike season, okay? Get serious. I'm in my Nike season though. Just do it. Like if you wanna go after it, go after it. Make sure God is at the center though, because a lot of times we go after things that God doesn't want us to go after, and it literally ends in shambles because God didn't say do that. You know, God wasn't over that. So your covering was like not even there because you went out of the will of God. But just do it. Just heal. Just let go. Just renew your mind. Just let God. Just follow God. Just trust God. Just do it, okay? Stop thinking about it. Stay out of your head too. Get your mind back and know that nothing is impossible for God. Nothing is too big for God. And some things you just have to go through. So just do it. Just go through it. Just get it over with. Because when it's all said and done, greatness is yours. I made a post on Threads. It's this new social media app that is popular right now. I said we want to see a drastic change in our lives, but we don't want to change our habits. What do you need to change in your life to get to where God wants you to be? What do you need to change in your life to get what your heart desires? What needs to change? Your decision making? What needs to change? Your standards? What needs to change? Your boundaries? What needs to change? What needs to change in my life so that I can receive what God has for me? You got to do what you got to do for you. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Yes, you made some mistakes. Yes, you've messed up a lot in your life, but it's okay. Those lessons are teaching you everything you need to know in order to walk into this next portion of your life. But if you just sit on that information, it's like you went through all of that for nothing. So take the lessons, get the information out of those lessons you need to become a better version of yourself, and just keep going. I would literally stand in the mirror and just cry. I literally tell myself, I'm so sorry. Like, girl, okay, you're sorry. Now go do better, because you can't just keep crying about the same old thing. Because I feel very bad for some of the decisions that I've made in my life. And it's something I'm still working on, but I want to forgive myself. But I put myself through so much, it just makes me emotional. But I put myself through so much pain that I can't even look at myself in the mirror sometimes. That's a sensitive topic for me. And I'm not gonna cry because okay, I'm back. Sometimes it's hard to change those habits because it can be hard to break a habit. It can be hard to step away from something that you've always been used to. And for me, I'm stepping away from the dating scene where it's just we kicking it, we doing whatever, we don't go in with any understanding. I'm stepping away from that because I found that it doesn't work for me anymore. I tend to attach to people very easily because I have a good heart. I have a soft heart. And if I like you and I see that we have potential, then I'm going to be willing to go all the way early on. But I found that it doesn't work for me because it just always ends in a mess. So I'm breaking that habit because I want healthy relationships. I want to be a wife someday. And I can't be a wife making those type of decisions. And when it comes to men, I think it's beautiful when you realize that, hey, this is something that I need to stop. This is something that I need to work on. And you literally work on it. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen because the results of that, like, I look forward to becoming this woman that I'm becoming because the woman that I used to be would be proud of who I am becoming. And I think that she will be proud that she's learned so much from those pains and that she's learned so much from those traumas. So I'm trusting God in this season of my life, and I really hope that this episode can help you change your habits, create boundaries, create standards, and stick to them. Figure out what it is you need to work on in order to become this version of yourself. And I say it all the time, but in order to walk into the next season of your life, you have to become a better version of who you are now. You don't have to change who you are, but you're going to have to change some habits in order to become a better version of who you are now. You're going to have to change some things in your life, and I'm rooting for you, okay?
Falling in love.